The petition to the head of state, as I said, I was written 2 years after the white paper. In the circumstances, the government under the leadership of our client was not reasonably expected to react to the said petition. And Lord, in the circumstances, on the material before your Lordship, sir, it is inappropriate to call our client as witness again. Excerpts of these findings are here, and white paper is here. If anything was necessary, sir, I say with respect, sir, that could have been a subpoena to the archives to bring them. But because of the respect we have for your Lordship, sir, and the Tribunal, we have decided to go on our own to archives to bring these documents at a great expense and time also to our clients. Now, he also, sir, attached an advertorial to his petition, sir, as Appendix 3, sir. In one newspaper by one Major Jukolo, retired MRG PSC, there at page 41, sir, he had this to say, sir, it's very relevant, sir. Unknown soldier, Fela Saga. One Friday in 1977, I cannot recall the exact month and date. The top echelon, namely General Obasanjo, Brigadier Yaradua, General TV Dajuma, Admiral Adelanwa, Yisa Doko, Yusuf, Brigadier Hamanson, and External Affairs, were holding a Security Council meeting. This is very important, sir. They were holding a meeting, Security Council meeting. A report was made that Fela Kuti assaulted the military police on traffic duty. Now, sir, Jakolo was not a member of the council. My limited experience in law, sir, tells me that that will be clearly hearsay. All that the aides to these dignitaries were also around and came down with eyes red and shouted at us and quote, in other words, I basically that was remember, go get me that stupid fella, dead or alive. He went back to the council, sir, to the meeting, sir. Now, our position on this is the issue is whether our client ought to be invited as a witness in respect of this advertorial and the statement there. Here again, sir, the advertorial merely says that General Dajuma came out of council meeting that was going on that same day to give instruction to unnamed soldiers. First, the advertorial is contrary to the findings of the court and the administrative board of inquiry to the fact that soldiers were not acting on the instruction of any commander. Since the court has made such a finding, this tribunal is not allowed to call anybody to come and give evidence on that issue again because it would amount to reopening the issue decided by the Supreme Court, which included our great Honorable Chairman. Be that as it may, it is good to say that General Dajuma in the statements created to him did not say, one, that he was acting on instruction of council or on instruction of Obasanjo as a person. Let us assume, sir, that he came out and said so. The first thing would be, council has asked me to go and do so, sir. Then, in that case, it will not be Obasanjo that will be invited as a witness. It will be the secretary to the council to come and tender the document that was there. How do you come and personalize the matter then? Two, sir. Two. So in the circumstance, our client is not a relevant witness to what is contained in the document, particularly in the statement created by Danjuma. My Lord, sir, may I say, sir, if anybody is to be invited, it is the man who came out on his own and said, who was alleged to have said, go and bring Mr. X and X. It's my client to come and testify that the man who was inside, who did not know what was outside, to come and say, the man said so outside. As the Lordship is sitting here now, how can anybody who goes out of this place to outside there, who says anything and he comes back and asks you, the Lordship, to come and give you evidence as to what the man said outside, is asking for the impossible. It's asking for an unreasonable thing. In the circumstances, our client is not a relevant witness to what Danjuma was credited to Danjuma, sir. The other point we are making, sir, is this. Sir. There's a lot of difference between state action and personal action. The invitation to Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, in his private capacity now, when I look at the subpoena, Your Lordship will look at, I invite Your Lordship, sir. My issue to my client, sir. It says Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, then described who is now president, sir. That is an invitation to him in his personal capacity. Anybody addressing a subpoena to a person in his official capacity will address it secretary to the government, head of state, as case may be, commissioner of police, whoever it's their business, sir, as you know anyway. I'm not teaching you anything, sir, because you know everything. You know, sir, that the right thing would be for him to decide who will go in the ministry. He may send the grade 1 clerk, he may send whoever. That is a practice. But this one is to him in his personal capacity. Now, in a matter against the state, the subpoena is directed to the office and not the person occupying the office. In this case, where no allegation has been made against Olusegun Obasanjo, in his private capacity, I say, sir, with all respect, sir, the subpoena should have been directed to the office of the President of the Head of State if he was asking for evidence in respect of what happened in council, not to him. See, sir, there's therefore an unnecessary personalization of the petitioner's case against my client. And I repeat it, sir, unnecessary personalization of what happened at Kalakuta against Chief Olusegun Obasanjo as a person. The tribunal seems to have appreciated this point, sir, when at page 74 to 75 of your proceeding of that day, sir, counsel attempt to equate the summons issued to our client with the subpoena earlier issued on General Ibrahim Babangida, respect of the petition over the death of Dele Giwa, and the chairman, as expected, sir, says, quotes, he was questioning the witnesses because why I'm asking this question in Enugu, in Port Harcourt, we had people being indicted because they were in office. When a thing happened, either they were Minister of Information or Minister of that, when something happened. Therefore, does it mean, is that really a logical conclusion that you should say a man who has the position has done it? If a man did not actually do a thing, and there's no nexus between what was done and himself, just because he was in office, I don't know. I agree with you, sir. Now, Mr. Nala now said, no, my lord, this is not even an address. My lord in Lagos did subpoena General Ibrahim Babangida to appear in respect of the death of Giwa, which only occurred because he was head of state, the chairman. No, not only because he was head of state, but because they said he did it. Because they said he did it. Lord, I now say, sir, there is nothing before your Lordship to say that General Obasanjo was physically present at Kalakuta. 2, that he did it. I trust Beko. He's a man I respect very much. He never said so. He would never say so. That he did it. Sir, he did not also say, sir, throughout the petition before your Lordship, sir, that he said anything about this matter, sir. Before I round up, sir, finally, sir, I want to refer to page 3 of the petition of Beko, sir. First paragraph. A highly dignified person, by any means, he won't say what he does not believe in. Now, look at what he says, sir. The identified persons should be subpoenaed. Who are they? General Dajuma, who is today the Minister of Defense. Major Jakolo, who is now the Emir of Gwandu. General Joseph Gaba, who is a leading politician in the country. He can help the panel produce his brother, Sonny Gaba. The military authorities can also help locate some of the then Abati barracks-based soldiers whom we identified at the scene of the incident. Lieutenant Colonel Adebayo, Major Daudu, Lieutenant Ikoku, Lance Corporal Agu, and Private Lawal. Full stop. Now, sir. Important. General Obasanjo too should be of help. Now, you will see, sir, throughout, never said anything about him, should be of help. The word should, sir, in my own profession, sir, has been interpreted, sir, the black should mean yes, sir. In black dictionary, sir, should, sir, is not synonymous with will. On the contrary, sir, it is the past tense of shall, and has been given the meaning that it means that it expresses, does not actually express actuality, and it's not synonymous with will. It does not express actuality. Should, in other words, maybe, may not, could be not. So it was not even certain, sir, whether my client can be of any help, unlike others. There's the point I'm making about the word should. He used his word. He used it carefully. He knew what he was saying. He did not say, we'll be able to help. Sir, having said all this, and the materials, although my client is here, sir, the point is, we contend, sir, that he was not present and was not alleged to have been present. He was not alleged to have participated. He did not direct and was not alleged to have directed. He did not authorize. He was not alleged to have authorized. And was not alleged to have approved anything. He was justified in not reacting to the petition to him 2 years after the event in view of the findings of the court and the pending appeal and so on, sir. And I told you I've already did it with us, sir. Therefore, sir, I submit, sir, that the summons to my client, sir, in this respect, sir, was misconceived, redirected. It is nothing but an abuse of democratic freedom, sir. My Lord, the light of the above, and in view of section 5A and C, which I've cited earlier, sir, of the law here, I submit, sir, that my client ought not to have been invited to come and give evidence. However, sir, in the event that the commission insists that he should still come to the witness box, our client in due deference to the rule of law and is a vow declaration as the president of this country that he would lead by example. I say, sir, that he would lead by example, which he has demonstrated here now. He's ready and available, and is here now, sir, to answer any question that may be put to him to the best of his knowledge and information. What your Lordship needs, sir, is useful evidence, relevant evidence, evidence from person who knows about the event. So I now tender the petition, sir. Our objection. I tender it, sir. Yes. Yes. Thanks, sir.
Before we respect, look at, he sent me with a copy. Look at the last page.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In view of that, have you got anything to... So, he's here already, and he said he's appearing.
My learned friend, but when I asked my client this morning, they hadn't gotten the copy. But my learned friend has been good enough to give me a copy. I am ready.
You have it there?
Yeah.
Look at the last page.
Yes, sir.
Submission to the jurisdiction of the commission.
Yes, sir.
And look at the first page. The aim of a witness summons is to get a witness to court.
Yes, sir.
He is protesting. After protesting, he wrote a ruling.
Yes, sir.
That his client is here.
I'm going to be extremely brief, sir.
Or not?
But that your lordship should accept the alternative submission, as it were, of Chief Afe Babalola, SAN, that says his client as in due obedience, not only to the summons, but to the rule of law, and to show leadership by example, has come here. My Lord, it should now be allowed, His Excellency should be allowed to go to the witness box and clarify if he has any clarifications to make, because it is the interest of justice and in the interest of the image of this tribunal that nobody will accuse us of having manipulated the system. I therefore, Your Lordship, to discountenance the earlier part of my learned friend's submission and accept in toto his alternative submission. As well, please.
What are you doing with the microphone? What are you doing with the microphone?
My Lord, happily enough.
You just want to be heard.
No,
they won't clap for you today.
I don't want clapping. I don't want clapping, my Lord. I appear for the review. No, my Lord, I have so. In fact, my name is even mentioned in your own submission.
This is my ruling.
No, my Lord, please, I have something to say, my Lord. I'm very sorry to say something, my Lord. My Lord, it is very, very important. My Lord has just this morning addressed all
have no problems.
I don't have problem, my Lord.
I want to hear that.
Yes, my Lord. But one simple thing that is very, very important. When I said and urged this commission to invite General Olusegun Obasanjo, Commander-in-Chief, I did this with all degree of responsibility, having known me as a person, not person to person. And when I made effort to say that my Lord invited General Babangida, he should equally invite General Olusegun Obasanjo, it was to insulate the integrity of the commission and to satisfy the expectations of Nigerians that the government still lives by its words of no sacred cow. It was never an intention to personalize the matter. And my Lord will remember vividly that the basis for that argument was because the petitioner inside the witness box said, well, Danjuma is now chief of army staff or whatever. And that as at the time this offense was allegedly committed, I wrote a petition, and that I received no reply from that petition. And I said, well, the president I know will be willing to be with us to tell us why he did not reply to that commission, and that in order to avoid the public reading double standard, he should be invited. Happily enough, he's here. And it has added to the credibility and integrity of the commission, and that